Hi, I'm Russ Moyer, and on behalf of the Board of Directors of Eagle Worldwide Ministries, I'd like to thank the partners and friends of Eagle Worldwide and the wonderful leadership team and missionaries that the Lord has sent to work with us and partner with us. Partner with us in prayer and financial support. I want you to know that you are a glorious blessing to Maeve and I. And we put together a little video that's going to share with you some of the wonderful things that have happened to the ministry in 2007. So let's step in to a year at a glance, 2007, a year to remember. Thank you again, and God bless you. Eagle Worldwide Ministries, 2007, a year at a glance and a year to remember. The Eagle Worldwide traveling team had a wonderful year. As we traveled to many locations around the world, the traveling team is one of the hubs of the ministry. We were in Saskatchewan with Alan and Carol O'Soup on the Native Reserve there. Just a wonderful time of refreshing and strengthening of their church, and they're wonderful partners and friends of Eagle Worldwide. We were in Vineland, New Jersey with Pastor Ralph Schnook, and many of his team came up and visited at the campground during summer camp and during our School of the Prophets. We were down in Ashland, Virginia. Maeve was there and did a women's camp and winter camp, and I was down to do men's meetings. We just had a great time there. And you know, there's a great connection between CPT, Calvary Pentecostal Campground in Ashland, Virginia, and Eagle Worldwide Ministries. A wonderful relationship with Jane Lauder as well, the director of the camp and the pastor of CPT. And we've been to Trinidad. I guess we'll be heading down in January this year with our 8th visit. We've had some amazing experiences there, signs and wonders and miracles as we partnered with Pastor Arnold Gabber-Singh and his group. He has a great network of churches and ministries, and we've been able to partner with him year in and year out. We're in Nashville, Tennessee, where we partnered with Roger and Donna Miller, who are great partners and friends of the ministry. We were in Manassas, Virginia, with Troy and Julie Hughes. We were in Montreal, Quebec, with Jacques and Nicole Philibert. And of course, we were all over North America, just enjoying the revival anointing that's on our lives and the presence of God. There's Maeve and I outside of the Revival Center in Hamilton with Pastor Miguel Simon. And what wonderful services we have. By the way, we're on the internet streaming. You can catch our services pretty regularly on the internet at www.eagleworldwide.com. Our first church, Eagle Nest Fellowship in Ancaster, Ontario. Since coming to Ontario in 2000, we've birthed 6 different churches, and Eagle's Nest is home base for Maeve and I. Our associate pastor there is Patty Thorpe. It's the place where we raise up leaders and many of our team members that travel with us. The gathering place was in Aurora, Ontario. It's the First Light, pastored by John and Victoria Irving. John is the vice president of Eagle Worldwide, and the gathering place is a wonderful ministry. They have the Gateway Lanes and Cafe, a marketplace ministry where they operate a bowling alley and a cafe and reach out to the younger generation there in a great way. Caleb's place is in Aurelia, Ontario. Our pastors there are Norm and Carol Shepstone, a wonderful couple. They were in Washego for quite a while, but now we've moved into Aurelia. His Glory House in Toronto, Ontario, is pastored by Angelo Marino. Angelo is a high school teacher, a high school phys ed teacher, and he has a wonderful anointing in the prophetic and a heart to win souls and a burden for the city. The Church of the Promise, we partnered with George and Jacinta Milo, and they're wonderful partners and friends. They have a Portuguese church, and they've grown dramatically. They're only 1 year old, and they have over 100 people attending their services, Portuguese-speaking services in the heart of Toronto. They started right here with us in Hamilton. Shekinah Restoration Center in Mississauga, Ontario is pastored by Doug and Linda Patterson, a very great prophetic couple with a wonderful anointing for the prophetic and an anointing in worship. Doug and Linda have a real heart, and they were pioneers in the prophetic movement in Ontario and in Canada. This is the Retreat and Revival Center on Highway 52 in Copetown, Ontario. The Lord placed this property in our hands a number of years ago. This year we expanded our operation a lot of different ways. This is the site of our summer camp. We also reach out and minister to a lot of inner city people. But beginning July the 1st and going through Labor Day, we have summer camp that starts off with Parade of the Nations. We have one big revival tent that we expanded this year by a lot. As you can see, it's a large tent. And we also have a brand new tent out in front of the snack bar that we use for outdoor feeding. Oh, the Parade of the Nations is a great event every year. You know, we're a missionary work, and we have a heart for the mission field. And as the flags are brought in, and we just rejoice in the heart of what God's doing with his heart for the nations. We also have a youth intern program that is a leadership training program where we raise up young people to go to the nations of the world and to have a heart for what God's doing. Winter Camp 2007, Arise, Glory. What a great theme and what a great time in the glory and the power of God. Some of our speakers, including Maeve and myself, was Bill Suddett, Jane Lowder, Joshua Mills, Sister Colette from out in Quebec, and Alan O'Soup. It was a great time. You know, the Lord moved on our heart to have winter camp here in the Great White North instead of in Florida and in the southern locations, and he answered and met us there with a great turnout and a wonderful move of the Spirit. And as I told you, we have summer camp every summer, beginning in July and gone through Labor Day weekend with international speakers like Joan Geeson and Jacques and Nicole Philibert, Jane Lowder, Connie Wilson, Ante Woman, John Scotland, people from all over the nations of the world coming in and sharing what God is doing around the world, anointed and powerful speakers. We've seen so many signs and wonders and miracles, the healing power of the Lord made manifest. That saving and healing gospel preached and taught in this season is what brings forth the miraculous power of God. And we've really been pressing into outreach. We know that the purpose of the church is to get outside the four walls of the building. And here we are in downtown Hamilton at the Revival Center. We had Queen for a day and brought some of the ladies here in the neighborhood. We're in a pretty difficult area here, but an area that's in the midst of revival and recovery, restoration. And we brought a lot of the ladies in, and we ministered to them and to the brokenness that's in their heart, and opened up our hearts to them and fed them and passed out clothing. And we partnered there with Ellen Campbell and her group that's all about Canadian abuse. And we have a pizza outreach, a feeding outreach, where we not only feed those that come and have need in our own work, but we also distribute and deliver pizzas to a number of the other works that are in the city, trying to bring unity and harmony to the ministries in the city that are reaching out. We birthed this year the Kingsway Blessing Center at 649 King Street East in downtown Hamilton. A little bit of a troubled neighborhood, and we're going to show you a few before and afters. And you can see the miraculous restoration hand of God as he partners with his people. You know, we know that God is the one and gets all the glory and all the honor, but you know what? He partners with man, and he uses us as we reach out and touch others. And you can see the wonderful changes. Here's Alicia and Joanna and our missionary team. This is a mural that was done by Linda Cove. Again, on behalf of the board of directors of Eagle Worldwide Ministries, I want to thank the partners and friends and the wonderful volunteers and the missionaries, the leadership team of all the churches of Eagle Worldwide, and all of you that have partnered in prayer and provided financial support and love. We appreciate you. We love you. Come on and partner with us again in 2008. We're believing God for bigger and better, because he's the God of more than enough. Thank you again, and God bless you.